The first light of dawn stretched across the vast savanna, painting the landscape in shades of gold and amber. The air was thick with the scent of earth and morning dew, a mixture of life and anticipation. Every leaf, every blade of grass seemed to shimmer with the quiet hum of the wild awakening.
From a distance, a lone lioness padded silently through the tall grasses. Her tawny coat blended seamlessly with the morning light, and her eyes, sharp and calculating, scanned the horizon. In this world, survival was not a choice, it was a constant battle. Every movement, every sound could mean the difference between life and death.
Nearby, a herd of zebras grazed cautiously, their ears twitching at the slightest sound. Predators were never far away. The savanna was a theater of both beauty and brutality, where the balance of nature was maintained by the relentless laws of the hunt. High above, a pair of vultures circled lazily, scanning the terrain for signs of weakness. They were nature's silent observers, patient and unyielding, waiting for the inevitable drama to unfold below. But the wild was not only home to lions. The dense forests that bordered the plains concealed other predators: leopards, tigers in distant lands, wolves moving in strategic packs, and hyenas with laughter as sinister as the shadows they stalked in. Each had a role, each had a story, and each relied on the other in the intricate web of survival. We shift perspective now to a young leopard perched high in an acacia tree, its body tensed, muscles coiled like springs. Below, unsuspecting impalas grazed, oblivious to the silent hunter above. With calculated patience, the leopard waited for the perfect moment. In the wild, instinct was sharper than any weapon, and timing was everything. Meanwhile, in a nearby river, a crocodile floated almost invisibly beneath the surface. Eyes barely breaking the waterline, it watched a herd of wildebeest approach to drink. Predators came in many forms. Some struck with speed and stealth, others with patience and ambush. Each one was a master of its own deadly craft. Even the skies held danger. Eagles, hawks, and other raptors swooped down with precision, snatching prey smaller than a rabbit with terrifying efficiency. In the wilderness, every creature, big or small, played a part in the eternal story of hunter and hunted. As the sun climbed higher, the savanna transformed into a theater of life and death. The grasses swayed gently in the wind, hiding countless secrets beneath their golden blades. The lioness, silent and deliberate, moved closer to the edge of a watering hole. Her senses were sharp. She could smell the faint scent of fear from the herd, hear the subtle shift of hooves on soil, and see the ripple of muscles beneath their striped coats. At the same time, a pack of wolves navigated the fringes of a northern forest in a different part of the world. Each member had a role. Scouts sniffed the air for prey, hunters flanked the edges, and the alpha coordinated silently with a series of subtle gestures. Wolves were pack predators, relying on teamwork and communication. Unlike solitary hunters, they orchestrated attacks with precision, exploiting weaknesses in the herd's formation. Back on the savanna, the lioness inched closer. The herd of zebras remained unaware of the silent shadow moving toward them. Then, with a sudden burst of energy, she leapt, muscles coiling and releasing in a blur of speed and power. The zebra scattered, hooves thundering against the earth in a chaotic stampede. The lioness targeted a young but weaker zebra, her jaws closing in an expert grip, trained over countless hunts. Elsewhere, a crocodile lay submerged in the murky river. Its body was motionless, a living weapon of stealth. When a wildebeest approached, it struck with terrifying swiftness, dragging the animal beneath the surface before it even had a chance to scream. Crocodiles were ambush predators, masters of patience, turning the illusion of stillness into deadly force. Every hunt in the wild was more than survival. It was a lesson in strategy, patience, and adaptability. The leopard in the acacia tree did not just wait. It studied the patterns of the impalas, noting which were more alert, which lagged behind, and which moved without suspicion. One miscalculation could mean starvation. One perfect strike could ensure life for another day.
Even seemingly less threatening animals were masters of defense and evasion. Impalas leapt in unpredictable patterns, their agility a result of evolution shaped by predators. Zebras used their stripes to confuse attackers, a living optical illusion. Nature was an endless game of adaptation, and both predator and prey evolved together, locked in a cycle as old as the earth itself. As the sun began its descent, the savanna bore the marks of survival. Some predators succeeded, others failed. The lioness dragged her prize to a shaded area, panting but victorious. The impala that survived shook itself off, wary and alert, learning from a close encounter with death. Life in the wild was harsh, unyielding, but endlessly fascinating.
In these moments, one could observe not just the cruelty of nature, but its artistry. Each predator was perfectly adapted to its niche, each prey uniquely equipped to survive. The cycles of hunt and evasion, life and death were intricate, delicate, and awe-inspiring.
The day ended with the golden light fading into twilight. Predators retreated, prey regrouped, and the wilderness settled into a temporary calm. But the story was far from over. Night brought new hunters, the stealthy leopards, cunning foxes, and creatures of the dark, ready to continue the eternal struggle between survival and extinction. Night had fallen over the savanna, and the world was cloaked in darkness. But for the young leopard, darkness was not an obstacle. It was an ally. Every rustle, every whisper of movement carried meaning. The jungle, or in this case, the savanna's sparse forest, was alive with stories of life, fear, and survival. The leopard crouched low, its amber eyes reflecting the faint glow of the moon. Every muscle in its sleek body coiled like a spring, ready to release at the perfect moment. Hunger gnawed at its belly, sharp and insistent. Hunger was more than a need. It was a guide, a teacher, a relentless motivator.
From its vantage point on a low branch, the leopard watched a family of warthogs rooting in the soft earth. The young ones were oblivious to danger, their small squeals piercing the night air. The mother, alert and cautious, flicked her ears, sensing something, but she could not see the leopard hidden above. Patience was key. One wrong move and the prey would vanish. One perfect strike could mean the difference between survival and starvation. In the leopard's mind, time stretched and contracted. Seconds felt like minutes. Movements of prey became a language to interpret. It shifted its weight slightly, tail twitching in anticipation, eyes tracking the warthogs with surgical precision. Every instinct honed over months of training. Every lesson learned from failed hunts came together in this singular moment. Suddenly, the warthog sensed a presence. The mother's snort pierced the silence. Instantly, the young scattered. The leopard tensed, calculating the trajectory of its pounce. It launched itself from the branch with the power of coiled steel, landing silently behind the fleeing prey. Chaos erupted, the squeals, the pounding hooves, but the leopard was calm, focused, and deadly. In a blink, it seized one of the young warthogs, securing its prize. After the hunt, The leopard retreated to the shadows, dragging its catch to a secluded spot. Its chest rose and fell with measured breaths, muscles still vibrating from the exertion. The night was alive with sounds, distant howls, rustling grass, and the occasional cry of a nocturnal bird. Each sound was a piece of a puzzle, and the leopard had learned to navigate this world with acute awareness. Through the eyes of a predator, the world is both beautiful and merciless. There is a rhythm to life here, a delicate balance between hunting and hiding, attacking and fleeing. The leopard understood this instinctively. Survival was not just about strength, it was about intelligence, patience, and timing. Predators also understood fear, both in themselves and in their prey. The thrill of the chase was exhilarating, but dangerous. A leopard misjudging its strike could injure itself, leaving it vulnerable. A wrong calculation could mean hunger, or worse, death. Every hunt was a lesson, a negotiation with nature itself. The leopard paused, licking its fur and resting in the shadow of an acacia tree. It reflected on the day, the successes, the close calls, the delicate strategies that had ensured survival. The night was far from over, yet there was satisfaction in the knowledge that life had been preserved for another day, for another hunt. Even in solitude, the predator was never truly alone. The forest or savanna teemed with life. Prey,
competitors, scavengers, and watchers from above. Every action influenced another. The leopard's existence was interwoven with the lives of countless other creatures, a thread in the intricate web of nature.
As the first light of morning crept across the horizon, the young leopard rested beneath the canopy of a lone tree. Its eyes, sharp and alert even in semi-darkness, observed the awakening world. The hunt had been successful, but the cycle would continue. Prey would graze, predators would stalk, and the wilderness would repeat its endless story. Through the predator's eyes, the savannah was a place of elegance and danger, beauty and brutality. Every movement mattered, every choice counted. And yet there was a poetry to it, a harmony in the chaos, a rhythm in the struggle for survival. The young leopard yawned, muscles relaxing, knowing that the dance of life would continue, one hunt at a time. But the wild was not only home to lions. The dense forests that bordered the plains concealed other predators: leopards, tigers in distant lands, wolves moving in strategic packs, and hyenas with laughter as sinister as the shadows they stalked in. Each had a role, each had a story, and each relied on the other in the intricate web of survival.